Hello. Doing something a little bit different today. I've got some beads and some bindings, and I'm going to make some earrings. First thing you'll need is some ear wires. Need some head pins, which are these ones with the flat ends. See that? And also some of either just some plain wire or some of these eye pins with the loops on the end. Jump rings are also quite handy, so just these doobies, and of course beads, and some tools. So I think I'll start with something quite straightforward. I've got these star-shaped beads and these guitar charms, so I need some eye pins. So you can make these yourself pretty easily, and sometimes I do with the scraps that I cut off the end of head pins, but I have these, so I might as well use them. Doesn't want a good start. Doesn't seem to want to go through there. Just trying to see if I've got thinner ones. Definitely got thinner head pins here. We will make our own. So get a flat nose plier, just turn it at a right angle, and then get the round nose pliers and just taking it off the camera, need to not do that, and just turn it so you get a nice little loop. These cutters here, so I'm going to cut there in the hopes I can still use that bit of head pin. And when you've threaded the bead, just do the same thing. That's too long, just trim that down a little bit, and sometimes they go a bit wonky, so you can just flatten it like that, and you should end up with that. So, that one wants to be careful when you're chopping the ends off of these, because the bits of metal can go flying all over the place. Right, so just done the second one of those. And I need to open the tops of them up, just to pop them on the, when you're opening like your jump rings, you sort of pull it, don't pull it open that way, sort of twist it. I don't know if you can be easier to show you the jump ring in a bit. But just attaching these to the ear wires, and then I'm going to get 2 smallish jump rings. Oh, that's 3. To attach the guitar charms. So yeah, these are joined together, but what I was trying to say is you sort of pull it away like that rather than sort of trying to open. And just close it in the exact same way. Let's see if the guitar gone. There it is. And make sure it's the right way round. There we go, and that is cat hair on my beading mat. There we go, there's a pair of rock and roll earrings. I'm going to do something a bit daintier now. So I've got these 2 crystals. Oops, a daisy. These are all, I didn't see this. This is all Swarovski crystals and pearls in this pot. So got 2 silver Swarovski pearls, and then I just get let's decide. Do I want that? They get a bit lost, don't they? That's quite pretty. Or we could have black maybe. Or maybe we have can't decide. You know what, I think I actually just like it with 2. Just have the silver pearl and the big crystal. What I'm going to do as well to add a little bit of detail, 2 head pins. Oh, I've got these little seed beads. They're Miyuki brand. They're really good because they're always very uniform in there. Oh, got a random bead in it. I'm going to pop that on the I've got 2 thinner ones. And pop them on the bottom. It adds a little bit of extra detail. And I'm also going to do a fancier loop at the top of these beads as well. those little beads at the bottom can be a good thing to do as well if you if the beads hole is a bit too big. That's it. For this one I'm going to grab the head pin and bend it across so there's a bit of a gap between the top of the bead and where that starts. And we grab our round nose pliers and sort of form a loop like that, and then with check my beads about, and then just wrap the wire around. To be careful about taking the I'm working on off the camera. Then we just trim that. There we go, got there eventually. And just tuck in the end of the wire. You see you've got a bit more detail on there with that. So I'm just going to pause and do the other one because you don't need to see me doing that twice. There we go. So done both of those. And the little bead at the bottom. And now I'm just going to pop these Swarovski pearls on eye pins. Right, I try to keep the loops going the same way, so like rather than have them face in different directions, because it just makes it look a bit neater when you finish. So like that's sort of flat this way, so I'll make this loop the same direction. And there's probably enough here to... So this is just the scraps from the end of that eye pin I just used. So waste not, want not. And see, that's looking a bit wonky, so I'm just going to I do apologise for that. Just had to pause. I seem to have nicked myself with those pliers while I was doing that, so just got myself a little Batman plaster. Yeah, so a little reminder to be careful with these. So yeah, we've got the components, and I might use I've got some even smaller jump rings, I think. Just join those together. There we're grabbing both sides and sort of twisting it that way. And the same to same to twist it back. Use a couple more ear wires. I think I might use jump rings to connect them as well, just to elongate them a bit more. Just to give the earrings a bit more length. I think these are quite nice sort of sparkly ones for Christmas. There we go. They're a bit more sparkly. Trying to think of the right word there. Now let's do one more pair and just do something a bit more colourful. I've got these. Oh, got a spare bead there. Got these. Is it milleflorey? Just got the. I've got 3 of these, so I'm just gonna. No, let's not do that because that bead's a bit wonky. How about these glass beads? Quite interesting. Got a bit of a metallic sheen to them, and we'll put a let's just leave them as they are and put a little seed bead at the bottom. Makes them quite simple ones. Sometimes less is more. So I'm going to need thinner head pins to put those little beads at the bottom. trickier with this plaster on my finger, but my own fault. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. So literally just put the 2 beads on there. I am going to do the wrapped loop, but I'm going to make it a very small wrap because I just want these quite simple. But the wrapped loops are actually a bit more secure as well because they're you can't just snap them open. These cutters are sort of struggling a bit with the small, just because I'm using the very point, so I've just grabbed these ones, which are, there we go, loads better. I'm just neatening that up a bit. So that is our, I don't know what you call it, earring without the earring. And we're just going to do the same with this one. So I'm going to keeping the space for the wrap very small. I don't want too much detail. Just bending it right angle, a little bit gap, round nose pliers, beads spinning, a bit halfway, and grab the and then just wrap the end around. I have to keep switching the way that I'm holding the wire because otherwise it will start wrapping around the pliers and I'll lose wire. I'll run out. There we go. I didn't want to. Okay, and the wires again. I'm not going to add jump rings because that loop's going that way and that one's going that way, so I want them to sit flat, so I need to open the ear wires, and they're not really designed for it, so you have to be a bit careful doing this because they can snap if you're too sort of heavy-handed. But yeah, I don't want extra drop on them either because it's trying to keep these earrings a bit more simple. So there we go. There's so we've got sparkly, dangly crystal ones, some quite funky guitar earrings, and we've got these ones as well. So what's that taken? Less than half an hour. So yeah, really easy once you get used to it. And if you buy the right beads, it can be quite cheap and cheerful. It just pass the time, make yourself something pretty. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching that. thank you for watching, and I will be back again very soon. Bye!